Welcome back to the County Supplies Kitchen. Market Chef, Chef Ryan.
I'm all good today because we have got these beauties here. It's good to be back. It's good to be here with strawberries.
Thank you, Chef. Right, what I've got for you today, Ryan, strawberries, Colchester, Essex, Fiveways Farm, Red Tractor certified, an amazing grower. I can't say enough about Julian up at Fiveways. Worked with him now for the past 2 years, and his strawberries, I've not found any better. 3 different varieties, and my favourite, Ryan, as well as Julian's favourite, is the Centenary that we've got here for you today in the amazing biodegradable punnets that Julian has moved on to last year. They are a game changer. These strawberries are just superb. They are so passionate on the farm about how they grow, different growing techniques. They're now growing off of the ground in polytunnels. Oh, wow. They're just purely passionate about what they do, which makes them a specialist grower in strawberries and raspberries, which they supply into County Supplies.
And surely that's all got to play into the product at the end of the day. The techniques, the sustainability, the care, the attention. And again, that drives straight down to me as a consumer to cook for amazing diners and you guys. So it's a beautiful kind of transition from field to plate, and the information's there to see.
It is, Chef. So tell me, what are you going to do for us here today with these beautiful strawberries, Ryan?
So, because it's English, because it's a great season, it's a very quintessentially English thing, isn't it? Whether it's Wimbledon, whether it's the summer, juicy little pims.
Strawberries and cream?
Should have brought pims. Should have brought pims today, all about the alcohol. But strawberries are there for everyone, whether it's a barbecue, a celebration, a pavlova. And I'm going to tie it all in with something that's special to me, being English, and hopefully you, in a cheesecake. But not like you've seen before, in true Market Chef style. We're going to flip it on its head, do a really rustic version. We've got the cream element, we've got the base element and a bit of an English shortbread version, and just champion in these beautiful strawberries. And sometimes strawberries, for me, it's really important that finding a good strawberry, no matter about the process, you get good strawberries, but is it a great strawberry? And I think sometimes that's down to the famous English weather.
These are great strawberries. You haven't got to worry about that.
I'm
these,
sure.
Fully red, no white shoulders. These are going to cook up a storm.
And what we want to do is just give them a little flicker of lemon juice, maybe a touch of sugar. Some of them can, get the balance right, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's like a tomato, a little bit of balsamic, a little bit of basil. And for me, I look at strawberries like the same, just need a little push to be absolutely extraordinary. So I'm looking forward to doing that. English cheesecake, great strawberries, great company.
I'm not sure these are going to need sugar on them, but let's get cooking.
Let's do it. So here we go, we're back in the kitchen, County Supplies down here at the market with me, the market chef, Ryan Stafford. And we've got some just phenomenal ingredients. And we're gonna do a dish today that's quite close to my heart and hopefully yours, the English strawberry cheesecake. But like never before, in classic market chef manner, we don't wanna do what you expect. It's probably gonna be like no other cheesecake you've seen before, but the fundamental foundations of what you expect will be there. Great strawberries, sugar, cream, and a great biscuit base. And in this case, we've got a shortbread biscuit base. A little tweak, a little twist, as we like to with the English seasons, add a little bit of something special, and that's going to come from some black cardamom. So I'll start by going through some of the ingredients. We've got some of our most incredible strawberries. I mean, look at the shine on those. Beautiful, juicy, sweet, delicious. We've got some honey here. We're going to make our cheesecake cheese base from some English soft cheese, some milk, some honey, some vanilla. So we've got some shortbread here as well. Really simple recipe, granny style, really simple. And some bloom of the season, pretty much. Nice English. We've got some marigold, some carnations. Don't even know what these ones here, but they taste delicious. And some black cardamom. Now, I don't know what you know about black cardamom, but it's special. It's smoky, it's perfumey, and it's just electric. And I think with the strawberries and the fat from the cream cheese, the sweetness of the honey, it really plays an important role here. And we've got a powdered form here. Really mind-blowing, almost like cinnamon, anise, clove, caramelly kind of flavour. So let's crack on. A couple of stages we've got to do, and we're going to plate a beautiful dish for Rob and the team to try. So let's start. So we'll start with our strawberries. The strawberries, for me, as a chef, I think strawberries are very much like tomatoes. They're great, they're fantastic, you can get good ones, okay ones. But even if you get a great strawberry like we've got here, I think it's really important to know that there's always a little secret key you can have to unlock a little bit more greatness. And as a chef, I think I know how to do that. We've got some honey and some vanilla, and all I've done is take the little husks out here, quartered them, sliced them up, a nice little selection, and then macerated them. What does macerate mean? Macerate is like marinating, but marinating could be to use a powder or a dry rub or a wet brine. When you're macerating, you're wanting to add value by bringing some of the natural juice out of the product. So when you macerate strawberries, we're using a little bit of salt, a little bit of honey, and a little bit of vanilla. We're going to dress the strawberries, and then this is what you get. Macerated strawberries, complete with what I really like is this beautiful strawberry consomme. I mean, look at that. Absolutely delicious. And all you're doing is forcing through the sugar, lemon juice, and vanilla, some of that juice to come out and kind of macerate and coat itself. So it really is nice. Let me try that. It's really got that kind of 99 ice cream strawberry sauce going on about it. And it's in the strawberries. You just need to know how to unlock it, and that's what we've done here. So on we go with our cheesecake base. Now, a couple of different cheesecake bases to consider. The English way is my favorite. People like a New York style, which is baked. You like the Basque baked cheesecake, which is burnt on the outside, giving that fatty sweet contrast with you know, a really toasted exterior. You've got the horrible kind of hotel cheesecake, like the bought one from the supermarket, which I really don't like. Any old cream with lots of gelatine or thickener in it. Stay away from that one at all costs. But the English cheesecake is something I learned years ago working for Gordon Ramsay in Knightsbridge. And it was a beautiful, simple dessert, and that's the base that I'm using today. Soft cheese, whip it with a little bit of milk, a little bit of vanilla, a touch of honey, and you just have this beautiful, nice, sweet, soft cheese, and I think it's perfect for this dish. So let's crack on with that. So for a nice one portion that we're making today, got a little bit more than what we need. It's always quite sensible. So we've probably got about 200 grams of soft cheese here. And then in that soft cheese, we're going to use about a good tablespoon and a half of honey, a nice teaspoon of vanilla paste. Now, what do I mean when I say vanilla paste? Vanilla seeds are quite hard and to come by and quite expensive, but you get these beautiful little products that we do at County Supplies as well, where it's the paste and it's been put in a little bit of sugar, so it's easy to use and squeeze out. So the usability is really, really good. And then we just want to let this down a little bit because it's soft cheese right now. It's quite thick and the mouthfeel on it's quite big, so we just want to make sure it's a little bit more luxury. So we're probably going to go about 100 ml of milk, just to loosen it up. Why milk instead of water? Because water would dilute the flavour and emulsify with the cheese, when essentially the cream cheese is made from milk. So we're just adding a little bit of a looser form of its own kind. Scrape that off there. Now the term whipping sounds quite aggressive, but we just want to whip a little bit of the ingredients together with a little bit of milk and just loosen that whole consistency up to get a nice, like I said, mouthfeel that's velvety, silky, and a bit more workable, other than just, you know, scooping a big amount of soft cheese out of a container, which would be quite full on. So as you can see, you've got a really nice whipped cream consistency now, and a good kind of consistency check would be that it stands on its own. So soft peak, as you would say if you were whipping cream. And that's why I like to call it whipped soft cheese. So really simple dish because we've done a few elements beforehand here. So here we go with the soft whipped cheese. A nice kind of, let's call that the Merryberry Quenelle. Not quite perfect as the French do it, but I think you should be very, very proud of that. Nice little wispy bit of cream on there. And then we want to go with our black cardamom. Black cardamom, what is it? It's an absolute dream. If you can get your hands on this, do go and get it. I absolutely love it. It's got like almost like a perfume smokiness to it, and I think it's an absolute gem on here. Use it wisely, it's quite strong. And then onto those macerated strawberries. I'm just going to poke some of those over the top. It's all about the strawberries, so we'll go big. It's looking nothing like a cheesecake. It will taste just like the best one you've ever had. Look at that, lovely. Some of that juice on there. And we can go with some of our shortbread. So shortbread, really simple. I'd love to say this was my granny's recipe, but it's not. But I always go equal amounts, and I always start with very simple. Kind of get my size fist, which is, you know, probably about 300 grams, 400 grams, 400 gram recipe, 200 grams of flour, plain flour, 200 grams of butter, and bring it together with about 60 grams of sugar, pinch of salt. Really important, this shortbread that I've made here, because there's a lot of sugar and cream in here. I didn't really want to take it too far. I wanted it to be a bit savoury and beautiful. Just cause it a nice little, does it look like a cheesecake? I don't know, I don't think so. I'm happy with that. Present some of this. And the reason we stack it up like this is because when you go into it, you're gonna get some of that base, and you're gonna get some cream and some strawberries. And I'm really wanting the person that's gonna eat it to get a perfect mouthful every time. And sometimes with the cheesecake, you get that as well, going through into the cake, onto the biscuity base. This is just a nice little more formal way of plating it, show you how far you can push something that's so simple into a very formal looking plate. Very English. But I know it's got kind of like a Wimbledon garden party kind of vibe going on. Somebody that wanted to go a little bit further with the decor. Again, really love these and the colour and what they bring to this dish. Really big fan of the marigolds, especially, you know, towards the spring, summer seasons when the flowers are good. And again, just build those layers up there. And there we go. There we have it, a little bit more of this liquor around here. I mean, Rob, come and try this delicious take on an English cheesecake. Really, really simple, all about the strawberries, all about the bloom. And I think it's really fantastic. Let me get you some cutlery.
I've got to tell you, since we started this series, I've been looking forward to this moment all year long.
No pressure.
Been brought up on strawberries since a little boy. Grandad used to bring them home from the market, but I've been waiting for this day.
I mean, look at that. So we've got English macerated strawberries, some English garden bloom, shortbread biscuit base, whipped English soft cheese in true English cheesecake style.
Looks nothing like Cheesecake Chef, but I'm sure it is going to taste absolutely superb.
Why don't you tuck in? Why don't you go for a nice mouthful of
Do you know what? I'm going to put the spoon down. A nice bit of biscuit.
Let me knock some on there for you. There you go.
Don't mind, mate. Don't mind me using my fingers.
There we go.
Look at that.
Is it happy times?
Cheese.
Is that good?
Yes. That is superb. Chef?
I'm really happy. You're happy. It's a classic. I wanted to do it justice. English strawberries, English shortbread, English soft cheese, county supplies, market chef, English cheesecake.
Smashed it. Well done.
Thank
Thank
you
you very much.